Paul will tell us this, that the same power that raised Jesus from the dead is available to us. Now, why was that power then so magnificent in Jesus Christ and not in us? I don't know. Could it be the fact that I'm full of sin? That I'm faulty? That I got issues? It makes sense to me. I think everything that Jesus did, he did by the power of the Holy Spirit. And I think it was for an example. I think that he did that so that we could know that many things could happen through us as we live holy lives. I want to go a little further down that road, and I'll try and bring us to a conclusion with this thought. I am a gifted speaker. I am. I know I am. But to be a pastor, preacher, you should be a gifted speaker. I meet with pastors, and I want you to know that in my group, I am desperately mediocre. That's all. And yet God could use me in a magnificent way. In scriptures, we have Stephen, who was a tremendous orator, and we have that one sermon that he wrote that Luke records for us. What a tremendous sermon. I mean, you sit there saying that only Jesus could have done better, right? Just a magnificent sermon. And we have Paul bragging on Apollos that the guy waxed eloquent, and Paul had nothing compared to what Apollos had. What a great speaker Apollos was. But I want you to know something. We have no record of any converts of Stephen. None. Except for the potential conversion of Saul, because Saul was listening to that sermon. But that happens down the road. We have no record of any conversions from Apollos. What am I saying? God chose to use a fisherman and a Pharisee to change the world. The book of Acts is going to be about Peter and Paul. That's what it's about. First Peter, then Paul. God chose a fisherman and a Pharisee to change the world, not great orators. It was not a Billy Graham. God would rather have someone who allows the Holy Spirit to work through him by pursuing holiness than someone with all the ability and talent and education in the world. That's why he chose fishermen, to prove the point. He chose to change the world through the ministry of a fisherman and a Pharisee, not great orators, not great talents. A fisherman and a Pharisee, a man who was prone to cut off people's ears, and a man who punished the Church of Jesus Christ and couldn't barely speak. He was going blind. Interesting. Power of God descended on a place, and the setting for the changed world was in order. Between 33 AD and 66 AD, when Paul dies, the world has been turned upside down. Why? Because the Spirit descended on average people who wanted to serve him. And the world was changed. That's what the book of Acts is about. Society was altered because a few people in Jerusalem had a radical faith.